Have you found yourself swapping the 6 chicken nuggets for 20 nuggies? Then this is the pod for you.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the Fat Podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Jay.
I am the other co-host, Zack.
Zack, indeed.
Yeah.
How the bloody hell are you, my son?
I'm pretty. You know what? I'm pretty good. Do we want to just start off with a bang, sharing what we've come lost with, or you know,
What we've come lost
what
with.
we've come lost with?
Well, how are you, first of all?
Yeah, I'm not bad.
How have you been personally?
I've been pretty good. I've
Yeah?
seen some fam. That's really fun. I really like that. I really like that a lot.
Yeah,
I slept awful last night.
right.
Fuck it.
Is that because there's a crying baby in your house, or
no? He doesn't cry that much at all, to be fair.
Just when it's inconvenient for me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But yeah, have you ever had it? Have you ever had it? Especially since I've been a larger man, right?
Yeah.
Mostly because I also have like anxiety, so it'll happen then too.
Yeah.
But now I'm larger. I always think it's like this is the big one. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I wake up in the middle of the night and my heart's like going like bum 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 bum
Yeah.
bum 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 bum. I'm like, oh fuck.
It's over.
Peace.
I haven't rid my will.
Yeah. Do you have that at all?
Well, I had it a couple of years ago. Remember when I went to hospital about my heart?
Yeah.
That was pretty scary, man. Because I woke up in the middle, like 3 o'clock in the morning, with just like this immense pain in the middle of my chest, and I just sat on the edge of my bed because typical man. I'm like, I'm not going to the doctor, so I just sat on the edge of my bed going, it's okay. I'll either be okay or I'll die.
For me, it's the opposite. It's not being a man. It's like, I don't want to have to bother a doctor if this isn't me dying immediately.
And then Ruth woke up because like I went next to her and she was like, what are you doing? And I just turned around and I was like, we need to go to hospital, man. So my mum came and got me because we rang 111 first and they were like, you got to come in.
Yeah.
And they're like, but you can't drive. And I was like, well, are you going to call me out an ambulance or something? Yeah. She's like, can you get a lift? And I was like, well, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. But I rang my mum and she was awake and she come and took me in. So, yeah. But then I did all the tests and turns out, anxiety, mate.
Classic.
Yeah. Anxiety manifesting in physical pain. And like, not even like a little bit of pain. A fucking lot of pain.
Like a lot of pain.
Yeah. So that was like pretty wild.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. And that was the first time I ever had anything like that. Like, manifest.
That was like, what, 2 years ago? So you were like, what, 29?
Oh, no, it's longer than that now. Time flies once you hit 30, you know what I mean? I just... well, we were in the flat. So 2014, 15?
God damn.
Yeah, it's like 6 years ago now.
Wow, that's nuts.
Yeah. Well, 7 nearly. Fucking hell. Time does piss by, people.
That's a really good point. Of
2022 and all that.
Yeah, and like the iPhone was like 10, 12 years ago now.
Yeah. I had the first one. I told you the other day, didn't I? I had the first one. Mate, that thing was slow. I can remember you just like, like someone to send you a text and you're like, okay, open messages. And you could just like go make a cup of tea or something whilst it's opening the fucking Messenger app.
Isn't it crazy that the completely off topic from the actual beginning of the podcast, but whatever. The first like viral game on the iPhone, what do you think it is? When it comes to your mind, what's the first game that you
viral game on iPhone?
Like the first game like everyone was playing on like iPhone and iPod. Give it a second because I want the audience to guess as well. What I'm thinking of.
I don't think it's Flappy Bird, was it?
No, that's way
after. First.
But it's in the similar vein.
Is it?
I think you're going to kick yourself when you...
You're going to have to tell me.
Doodle Jump.
I've never even heard of a Doodle Jump.
You've never heard of Doodle Jump?
I've like heard of Doodle Jump. I've never played it, never seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
It was like that. I think that was like the first like big like
viral.
Everyone was fucking playing that game because they had an iPhone or an iPod. You know, it's the one that you tilt, and as you tilt it, you've never played.
Never
Doodle
played
Jump.
it, mate.
Holy shit!
Never played Doodle Jump.
That's insane.
Yeah. The first game I played on iPhone, and it was like mental because it was like 3D, like proper handheld 3D graphics, like on thing. Was called a game called, I think it's called Blade's Edge, and they made 3 of them, and basically it was like one of those kind of cinematic played games. So like you'd fight and you like swipe to like slash your sword and stuff, but like in timed things. So like a big monster go and then it'll like pause into slow motion for a second. It's like swipe like here, and then you go swipe that, and it was
kind of like a.
It's kind of a little bit like a Telltale game, but just no dialogue. It was just all kind of just fighting kind of action sequences.
I remember also Temple Run was a big one, wasn't
Temple Run, yeah. Fucking hell, that was everywhere, wasn't it? You know?
And then, like a million clones that are still alive today. Like that skateboarding kid one.
Yeah. There's so many.
Yeah.
And then obviously the original Pandemic was the one I said about Flappy Bird.
Yeah.
And then the guy was getting fucking death threats because apparently it was too hard and shit.
They were selling phones that had Flappy Bird on because he stopped selling it for like 30
grand. I think he did an interview with like Fox News or something in America, the guy that created Flappy Bird, and he said at his peak it was making something like 70 grand a day. You know, and it was like, and people were just like milking it, like everyone was buying it just to play Flappy Bird, and then he started getting death threats because like people couldn't get past a certain stage.
People are fucking insane, bro. And it's like, it's funny though, because he made fucking loads, right?
Yeah.
But in reality, he didn't make up anything new. That's Helicopter Game.
Yeah.
Do you remember Helicopter Game?
Yeah.
That's basically all it was.
Well, the thing is, he just like made an app because it was like his first app or something. He just made an app and he's like, I'll just put it on the App Store, you know?
Mental.
Because originally it was free, and then obviously people, you know, started playing it. No, so people are like, put this fucking advert in there, we'll pay you this much. Put this advert, we'll pay you this much. Obviously got fucking millions of people playing it worldwide, seeing all these adverts. Best advertising there is, man. You know?
Nuts, isn't it?
Because fucking, but yeah.
Going back to our personal shit.
Yeah, going back to our personal shit. I've been good as well. Good week. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. It was a good week, but a long week. But that's only because I had like 3 days off in the week last week from work.
Yeah.
And then obviously 2 days because it was the Christmas thing. So this is first full week back. So it was kind of just like, how is it still going? But yeah, it was alright. I've been good. And you know, we'll get on to another good thing in a minute. Should we jump into
let's just jump right in. So the main thing is called the Fat Podcast. So basically we're both on a journey. We used to be both on a journey. It was a laughable journey from my perspective. But now it's not, so that's a good thing. I'm
glad you've accepted such now.
I was going through old videos we posted on this channel a few days ago.
Yeah.
And it was the video of me getting out of the car when I just learned to drive. I was like, I'm like a perfect weight. That's fine.
Yeah.
I called my girlfriend over. I was like, I genuinely believed I was fat, like overweight, like hefty.
Mate, we all know. I told you the text messages I was getting about people watching the pod going, Zack has body dysmorphia.
Everyone was saying it. I was like, nah, you're just... Everyone was saying it. I was like, nah, you're just stupid.
Zack is the prime case for body dysmorphia.
It's mental. It's actually mental.
So, right, we'll go straight into it if I can see over the top of that box. So, I'll leave it like this and then I'll put it into full screen for a bit so people can actually read it.
Yeah.
Because I've realised the HUD I made for this specific section, if I make it full screen, you can't actually see...
Oh, all the bits.
Total bits, but you can if I leave it like this.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys have had enough time to read what's on the screen. For the people that are listening in audio only form, let's go through Zack's first, shall we?
So, started off 286.6 pounds.
Yes, in week 0.
Currently, so should we say when we weigh?
Yeah, so a podcast goes on a Saturday, but we actually were on a Monday, so we're actually like 5 days after the results you see on the screen.
We're almost onto our next weigh day.
Almost onto our next.
So that could affect our frame of mind if we'd be fucking stupid. But yeah. So we'll be reporting the week as if we just did it, right? So right now I am 5.73% towards my goal weight.
Yes.
So I've lost 5. You actually have the loss of pounds, so I have to calculate.
You can calculate. You had 86 effectively, and now you got 81. So you lost like 5.5 pounds. 5.3
pounds. Yeah.
You know, which is pretty.
Like 2 and a bit kilos. So
which is pretty damn saucy, mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But to be fair, I'm not expecting a bigger loss next week, because obviously
water
weight, and
water weight, all the
so
salt,
I'd be happy
all the salt leaving your body.
At this point, I'm just happy with loss. So if it's like a pound, I'm like, sound. That's less than it should.
Down is good.
Yeah, down is good.
Down is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's great. And like, I like how we've done it So you can see, how much of our actual body weight we've lost,
Yeah.
which in your case is 1.62. No, in
8.5.
your case 1.8,
Yeah.
85%, and then 5.73%, which is pretty big.
That's pretty
you know?
good. Yeah.
It's
But once again,
if
I
you
have
did that every week, you've done a 20th of your diet. That 1 week.
That's mad.
And yeah, we had very similar weeks. You lost 5.3, I lost 5.5 pounds. So I was 340.2, which just sounds fucking mad. Right, 340.2 pounds down to 334.7, which for me is obviously less of my total body weight, but more of my goal
yes.
weight.
Yeah.
So 1.62 of my body weight and 6.24% of my goal weight. I'd love it if next time that says 10.
That would be
I'd
nice.
love it. I'd love it. Just a whole 10% of my goal.
But if it
done.
doesn't,
that's
fine.
But if it's higher than that number, it's good.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good. So
Yeah.
I think we did. What I'll do is I'll put it into full screen mode now, just to make it a little bit easier for us to read. But yeah, I think it's been a good week, mate. And as you can see both of our goal weights in the top right hand corners of the graph. So we have very different goals, but we do start at very different weights.
And we're also very different heights.
Yeah, our body compositions are very different.
Yeah.
So our goals should be very different. But I will preface this with mine is not a final goal.
Yeah.
Mine is the goal that I believe in my head I'll be happy with.
Yeah.
But seeing as I haven't been that weight since I was like 17, I have no idea if that's true because it's a very different body since then. I was not as tall as I am now. Loads of shit. You know what I mean?
Are you excited to be? Because obviously, when you were 17, you probably weren't as strong.
Yeah. I that's what I was just about to say. I think that goal weight is different because when I was last that weight, that's not the body I want. I want that weight, but most of it being muscle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't have been the last time I was at that weight. I was just chubs in that fucking weight category. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think that is a good initial goal weight. My girlfriend is very scared of me reaching that weight. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Because it's kind of
scared of me reaching my weight as well.
Because it's the thing where she's worried about losing. Because I'm a big dude, it's kind of just part of my character, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, people go, they go, have you seen Jay? And they go, J.O. And they go, Big J. You know what I mean? And what are they going to say after that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
Tall J?
Yeah.
I mean...
yeah. Lanky fucker J, But yeah, so like kind of part of my deal, So it'd be weird. But as I said to her, I was like, I'll still be big, just in a different way.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll just, have jacked shoulders and shit. You know what I mean? But no, I don't ever want to be that jacked anyway. I just want to be athletic.
Yeah.
I just want Corona. I just want to be athletic in some sense.
Yeah. I would settle for that at this point. I would settle for just not this.
I'd love it, right? This seems like really kind of just ridiculous. But my goal, one of my goals is, because at the moment I'm such a lazy fucker, right? That I get posts that I've got to send collected by Royal Mail.
Yeah.
So, and it's free, right? It don't cost me. It used to cost 60p, so it's even more ridiculous, right? But literally, there is a letterbox up the road.
Yeah.
Probably like 200 meters.
Yeah.
Out the road. I'd love it if I could go, right, I'm just going to run over to the
and post it.
And literally run and just jog over to the letterbox.
That's the
and
dream.
jog back and be fine.
How crazy is it that we're talking about this? Like, it's like really cool. Like, because I used to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago, that was me. It's just like, yeah, I'll do that. No worries.
He used to fuck me off. We used to go to the gym. Right? And we go on adjacent fucking treadmills.
Yeah.
And I'm there going, right, brisk walk.
Yeah.
Fucking an hour. I think it was an hour, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Brisk walk for an hour. And Zach's like, right, jog. And he just jog for an hour next to me. And we're chatting at the same time.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to do that now.
Mate. I think it's also just like, there's so many factors of like, yeah, I'm huge now. So like, my knees can't take it for one. You just heard my knee earlier, right?
Yeah.
I can barely stand and play darts without hurting my knee.
I was told that every pound you are overweight is something like 4 pounds of pressure upon your joints.
Oh no.
Yeah, so think about you're losing weight, how much pressure that is off of your joints every time you lose a pound. Like you lost fucking 5. So really you lost 20 pounds of pressure off your knees.
Yeah.
You know?
If that's true, that's incredible. That's insane.
Yeah. My dad used to say it to me all the time. He'd be like, just think about that. Don't think about the weight. Think about the
pressure.
The pressure that's off your body, making you feel better in the first place. You know, and yeah, I did feel like, for me, it's always my back spine. Just 'cause I'm a tall fucker anyway. But when I'm massively fat, like I am now, I just hurt all the time. Somewhere hurts, and you probably feel this now.
Yeah,
you know.
For me, it's like lower middle back.
Yeah,
and like if I stand for too long, I'm getting angry because
but obviously it's a new thing for you. But how it must have been the first time when just like you're living is pain.
No, on it, yeah, it's
you know what I mean.
The thing is, it was an incremental thing because obviously so much shit has happened to me for the past like 2 years, and like to the people I care about the most, which has been really stressful. Which is probably a lot of the reason why I've gotten to this weight, right?
Yeah,
just stress eating essentially. And yeah, it was like you remember when I threw out my back like twice?
Yeah.
That was like the beginnings of like I was only like 90 kilos, something like that. So I was heavier, a lot heavier than I've ever been, but not by a lot margin, right? And like so that was just like, oh, I feel bad like for like months because my back threw out. I'm not gonna walk or do anything, right?
Yeah.
And then I went to go like I think it was like June of last year. I went out to go pick something up. I was like, that's fine. I'll just walk from the car to there.
Yeah.
1, I was fucked, and 2, my lower back was in so much pain. I had to stop walking.
Yeah.
I was just like, this ain't it. This is like insane.
I remember when I lived in the house in Downend, when I used to walk on the Leap every day. The very first time I went for it, I was like, I woke up and I was like, right, today I'm doing at least a mile.
Yeah.
I'm walking at least a mile. And I worked out on my map that it was over to halfway point in a Leap, turn around and come back, right? Exactly a mile. And I remember, and at that turning point, there's a bench, right? And I'm coming up to it probably about 300, 400 yards away from it.
Yeah.
And my feet are killing me. My legs are killing me. My back's killing me. And I'm getting slower and slower. And I'm like, this hurts so much. I was like, I've got to sit down. But I got to make it to the fucking bench to sit down, you know? And I remember getting there and I probably sat there on my first walk for like 10, 15 minutes just letting my body recover.
It's fucking
And I was
nuts.
just like, fuck. And I remember getting back and I walked straight in. Ruth was sat on the sofa. She turned around, she went, all right? And I was like, no, I'm fucking so unfit.
Yeah.
I was like, didn't realise how unfit I am. I was like, I can't even go on just a leisurely fucking walk up the road. You know what I mean? I was just like, but I was like, the only way I get past this is just keep powering through it.
Just keep doing it. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that weight loss wise, we've been pretty good, mate.
Yeah,
we've been pretty good.
What do you expect to see the first week? And it's,
I didn't expect that much because I didn't fast. Like I've done it a little different way this time. I thought I'd probably lose like 2 or 3, you know. But when I stood on there and it said fight, because the thing is under that, because obviously we've done it in pounds to make it a little bit easier to see and bigger numbers are easier to take in. I thought, but in stone, I was over 24 stone, and I stood on the scales as under. Yeah. So I'd actually gone under a stone marker, and I was like, oh fuck, because I was already 24 stone 4 pounds. So I was like, I've lost more than 4.
Yeah, more than 4.
Whilst it was still kind of calculating it to like exact, but I was like, oh fucking hell, 5.5. That'll do. And as I said to you, we just said that we weigh on a Monday, and there's reason for that. Is weigh on a Monday because I like the boost. I like the mental boost of
the
going,
dopamine hit from knowing.
Because you wake up on a Monday, you got work, and you're like, oh mate, it's the fucking start of the week, you know. But then you stand on those scales, you lost 5.5 pounds. It's like energized, you know. It's fucking, it's good shit. But yeah, happy to move on.
Yes, sir.
Right, so we're trying to add some structure to the podcast, aren't we? So we've got a Trello, which, you know, you can see this is the structure of today's podcast. And what me and Zack do is we like to surprise each other. We don't want to
keep it
pre-know about stuff. So all the links and stuff we use aren't actually you can't see them. We just tiny URL them all, so we can't even see. And only this one, because Zack didn't care that I saw this.
Because it's more of a thing. Yeah.
So, we're into part 2, and it is time for the world-renowned, the famous segment known as Show Zack Something Out of Context, right? And we've got a little snip. We've got a little snippet. So,
holy Jesus! What is that? What the fuck is that?
so that's gonna play every time we do Suzuki.
Suzuki.
So, are you ready for this?
Yes, I'm ready. Hit me.
This will disturb you and shock you. Can you turn away?
Yeah, I can turn away.
Just so I don't have the links on the screen at the time. Right. Are you ready?
Yeah. Should I look now?
So you can turn around now.
ゴキブリとセックスしたことはなくて、いやサイズ的にやっぱ入んないんで、
What?
ゴキブリは付き合ってたことがあったっていう正確な話というか、
Let's go back to the beginning.
いやサイズ的にやっぱ入んないんで、ゴキブリは付き合ってたことがあったっていうのが正確な話というか、
はい。あ、プラトニックラブで。
そうですね。はい。
でもそれってすみません。意思疎通ってできなくないですか？
僕の思い込みかもしれないんですけど、でもまあなんか可愛がってるうちにやっぱ愛着湧いてきて通じ合ってるような感覚になってくる時とかはやっぱあって、リサちゃんです。
あれ、それどのくらいの期間付き合ってたんですか、リ
リ
サちゃんと？
サちゃんは1年ちょっとぐらいですね。結局もう別れる瞬間で死別なんですよ、そうなると。
そうですよね。
寿命があるんで、まあだからちょっとさすがに亡くなった人がもう結構ショックだったんですけど、まあいつか来るだろうなっていうのはまあそれはまあ相手がゴキブリで寿命もあるんで、まあそうだなっていうのは思ってたんで、最後はまあ美味しくいただいて、まあだから今自分の心の中にも続けてますけど。
I love how she tried to circle back to it. She's like, you ate, and then yeah, it was just...
So, obviously, for the people listening audio-wise, Zack would have just done a audio description of what we just saw on the screen. That's what I asked you to do the other day.
Oh, yeah.
So, this man is, he loves a bit of Cockroach. You know, but...
the interesting thing is, he said, by death in this case. Was there another case where they just had, like, different ways of living that they couldn't, you know?
Yeah. So this geezer is called Utah.
Yeah.
And he kind of became famous because he was fucking a cockroach. But he wasn't actually fucking a cockroach.
So what was
he
he
had
doing?
to come out and do this interview to say, no, I wasn't fucking a cockroach.
We were just...
Because the size difference, it wouldn't work. But we definitely loved each other.
Right.
And, you know, he's not mental. Because he knew it was just a short lifespan. So when she died, he was like, how do I keep this person with me? Person. How do I keep this
entity
this entity with me? So he just straight up put her in a sandwich. Crunch, crunch.
You know,
just and numbed her down.
I'm
how do you
shocked.
feel about that?
I'm shocked because, like, aren't cockroaches supposed to, like, live past, like, nuclear holocaust? What the fuck did he do? You know what I mean?
I have a feeling we don't want to know what he did. What he did.
Well, that's just, like, the thing is, he could be, like, a genius or something.
Yeah, I came across this story whilst, you know, when you just let YouTube autoplay a bit too long.
Yeah.
I came across this story.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my days. But the reason why I brought it up, because it's an extreme example of what classes now as you're a bit eccentric to you've got mental illness, right? It's because we've seen the videos of people with objectophobia as well, like the guy that has sex with his car and is short, and people have managed to, and the woman that married the fucking Eiffel Tower or some fucking bollocks.
There was also a woman that married a plane or something.
You know, yeah, exactly. But at least in this case, this thing was living.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? He's got that going for him.
As
Good old
long as
Utah.
you're not hurting anything, right? But here's the thing. He's clever. Because it's not even bestiality. Because it's an insect.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think there are no
insectiality.
laws against insect cruelty.
No,
You
there
can
isn't,
step
is
on a
there? Yeah.
cockroach, the popo ain't coming for you, you know.
No.
So like, I reckon he's either eccentric, like how Nikola Tesla loved pigeons.
Yeah.
What was the exact quote? I love pigeons, not how most people love pigeons, but how a man loves a woman.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking crazy.
But he was a fucking genius, so I guess he gets
Yeah.
away with loving pigeons. So either he's like an eccentric dude, or he's just doing it for the
'Cause,
free
like-
karma, you know?
All I know is, right, my dad is in his 70s, right? If someone like this guy was to exist and publicly say this shit when he was like in his 20s, he'd be locked up. You know what I mean? He'd be locked up, put away, and been like, you crazy.
But the thing is, I reckon it's most likely, I think it's just a meme. I think he just wants clout.
You reckon it's a claim?
Yeah,
You reckon
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
claim?
yeah.
That's what we'll do. We're adding that to the segment after we watch a
Insane
Suzuki.
or clout chase?
We do, yeah, we do. Is this clout or is this real? Yeah, clout or real. So you're going clout,
Yeah, 100%.
100% clout.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Because the way he breezed past it, he knows it's fucking
yeah, but you
weird.
breeze past it if you thought it was fine.
I guess.
You know?
I guess. But like, even if you thought it was fine for you,
Like he literally only did the interview to set straight that he hadn't had sex with a cockroach.
yeah, but
You know, if people thought that he hadn't had sex but he wouldn't have done the interview.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
He could have been like,
He's basically done the interview. Go, I'm not that insane.
yeah,
I'm just this insane. You know, I'm not here.
yeah,
I'm here. You know?
yeah. I don't know. It seems like
Yeah.
you just.
He's bonkers sauce.
I still think it's a meme. I still think he's because like if everyone thought he didn't have sex with her, he could have added in a few saying, just to clarify, I did have sex with her. You know what I mean? So your reasoning of like, oh, but he did this, he didn't want to do it, he just had to
Yeah,
give
but
it clear. It's
that's
like,
what the interviewer's job is, to get more out of them. You know what I mean?
we go back
Put the camera.
can we go
should
back
we
and
watch
see her
that?
reaction to the you ate?
It's her face.
To
It's
get-
just watch her face.
ゴキ
Come
ブ
on,
リ
you
と
talk.
セックスしたことはなくて、
はい
いやサイズ的にやっぱ入んないんでゴキブリは付き合ってたことがあったっていうのが正確な話というか
はいあプラトニックラブで、
あったっていうまあそうですねはい
でもそれって
Platonic
意
love.
思疎通って
Oh, so they were just homies.
僕の思い込みかもしれないんですけど、
はい
でもまあ
It could have been
可
my
愛がってるうち
imagination.
にやっぱ愛着湧いてきて通じ合ってるような感覚になってくる時とかはやっぱあって
Definitely your imagination.
それどのくらいの期間付き合ってたんですかリ
リ
サちゃんと
サちゃんは1年ちょっとぐらいですね結局もう別れる瞬間でやっぱ死別なんですよそうなると
そうですよね、
寿命があるんで
うん、
まあだからちょっとさすがに亡くなった人がもう結構ショックだったんですけどまあいつか来るだろうなっていうのはまあそれはまあ相手がゴキブリで寿命もあるんでまあそうだなっていうのは思ってたんで最後はまあ美味しくいただいて自分の心の中に体の中にはまあ生き続けてますけど
She doesn't live in your heart. She's in your toilet.
She's in. Yeah. You done shut that girl out.
Her face is priceless, though.
It's-
She didn't expect that shit.
No.
Yeah.
Imagine you are a respected journalist
Yeah.
and you go to your editor or whoever it is that gives out journalistic
Assignments.
jobs,
Yeah.
assignments, and they go, by the way, Lisa, you got a really weird one this weekend. She's like, what? We're sending you to go see a guy called Utah. And they'd be like, what's Utah do? Well, apparently he does or does not have sex with cockroaches. So go find out.
Yeah.
That's pretty craziness.
Yeah.
But you still thinking clout?
I'm still thinking Clout. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I like it. Weird. I like the bit where he goes, it was a breakup by death. It's like, it's not how it works.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
if I'm married to Ruth and she dies, I go, oh, we broke up.
Yeah,
How?
it's just like,
How? She
she's
died.
my posthumous girlfriend. Yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean? It's like, no, you didn't break up, mate.
It didn't work out. She was living. I was dead. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to a medium. She couldn't find her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so Clout,
Clout. 100%.
see, I reckon he's real.
I
I reckon there's a level of what you will fucking do
for memes.
for Clout,
Yeah.
But I could be wrong.
But then like, imagine, right? He goes out there and he's like, I'm trying to find a girlfriend now, right? And you're like, imagine you as the girlfriend. You're like, I'm the guy who changed him from cockroaches to women. I must be fucking sick as fuck. You know what I mean? Maybe that's the play.
Okay. We now move on to our next segment.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
This segment,
Truth. You can't handle the truth.
this segment is called TRU FAX. So in this segment, me and Zack both bring something to the table that we think both of us don't know, as in only one of us know.
Yeah.
And that is either true, well, it has to be true, but it could be mental,
Yeah.
could be sad, could be funny, could be anything, just has to be true and just a bit weird.
Weird, yeah.
So my one's first. So Zack, tell me, have you heard of Stonehenge?
Yeah.
Tell me, Zack, have you heard of the biblical Ten Commandments?
Yeah.
Have you heard of the weird satanic mixture of the two?
Of the Ten Commandments and Stonehenge? So, like, satanic Ten Commandments at Stonehenge? No, I haven't.
You haven't. So, are you ready, my friend? Here's where the link doesn't work, and I have to find it. No, it's going to work. So, this is what's known as the Georgia Guidestones.
Ooh.
So, in 1980, these were erected out of nowhere.
1980.
1980, so very, very recent.
Wait, Georgia's in the country or Georgia's in
Georgia's in the state.
the state?
Right? So, in Elbert County, in Georgia, so they still stand there today, the Georgia Guidestones, were erected with 10 new commandments on them. Right? So, and people were just like, what the fuck's this? And obviously, some people tried to track down where it was built, because this is 1990. You can't go building shit without people finding out who built it, or how it got there, all that kind of stuff. So, if we scroll down, first of all, to here, we're put there 1979. And these are the commandments on the front of the stones. So, maintain humanity. We'll go for these one at a time, okay? So, number 1, maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature.
Whoops.
So think about it, we've got about 8 billion people on this earth now. So they're kind of going kill 7.5 billion people.
They started COVID confirmed.
Right? So guide reproduction wisely. Improve fitness and diversity. Which, when you first read it, sounds okay, doesn't it? You know? Unite humanity with a living new language.
Oh, so like a universal language.
Yeah, kind of like what's that one? It's not Desperado. It's the one that Rimmer speaks in Esperanto.
Esperanto.
It's kind of like what Esperanto was originally meant to be. Rule, passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason.
I mean, faith with tempered reason isn't faith.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, can't read.
5, protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts.
Fucking deep.
You know, let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like it.
Avoid petty laws and useless officials.
Also very good.
You know, like America has loads of petty laws, isn't it? You can't walk a donkey through the street in some states,
you
those kind of
can't,
things.
in some states, you can't be naked in your own house.
Yeah.
In certain areas or whatever, yeah.
Balance personal rights with social duties.
Interesting.
9,
yeah.
prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. And finally, be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature.
It's funny that it was built in 1980, so like...
There was already like about 6 billion people on the earth in 1980.
I mean, most of them I can agree with. There's a few tricky ones.
Basically, some people believe, because this, let's try and see if his name, I did have it in my head, somewhere. His name should be here. Oh, where is it? It's not here. Well, basically, this guy, they tracked this, the person that had this commissioned down, and he was only known by a pseudonym, right?
Yeah.
And basically, he has been, or rather, people have determined that he is linked with the Illuminati.
Oh.
All right, or a Illuminati.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people believe, obviously, you know, because so much truth in the Illuminati conspiracy, that it is Satan's 10 Commandments.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Satan's pretty chill, to be fair.
But
for the
they've
most
gone
part.
through them one to one. So the first one's kind of obvious. Satan's asking us to kill 7.5 billion people.
Yeah.
You know.
But it says maintain.
Yeah.
It says maintain.
But these are just the commandments. There are other things written on the walls. Yeah. Like there's somewhere on the guide stones is a list of countries that should govern the places. So obviously the 500 million people left are only going to be from these certain places.
Right.
So in comparison, so the first one's kind of a bit fucked up. Kill 7.5. Yeah, genocidal. The second one, they believe, guide reproduction wisely, aka the Illuminati choose who can have children, aka the rich, the powerful.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Unite humanity with a living language, which, seeing as every single word on the guide stone is written in English, would determine that it's probably English.
It shows their preference here.
Yeah. Rule, passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason, which people have taken. Get rid of God, which, you know, I kind of agree with. But if you're a faith, God-fearing person, you'd be like, what the fuck? And obviously, Satan wouldn't want you believing God's out.
True. I mean, also it says rule tradition as well, and like that kind of goes back to what we said last week with like the statues and stuff. Like tradition shouldn't mean shit. To be fair,
you've had some backlash against your statue,
your
statue, your stance on statues. Protect people and nation with fair laws and just courts, but who decides what is and what isn't a fair law?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know. Let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court.
I'm not even sure what that means. So, like, external disputes of, like...
I assume it's kind of like a grander version of what America already has. Because they have, like, a senator, don't they, for each state. And then eventually it goes to whatever the highest form of court is in America.
Senate?
Yeah.
Something?
Maybe. Avoid petty laws and useless officials. Which people have taken to mean, like, a dictatorship. Because you can't have useless and petty laws as long as one person's making them.
Yeah,
you know,
true.
Or one body is making all the decisions.
Yeah.
Balance personal rights with social duties.
I kind of like that one.
But it's again, people have put it into removal of religious things that you do, you know, or that people do. Like, for instance, I saw one that said, because, you know, I can't remember what religion it is, but they have certain times in the day when they need to pray, even when it's during working hours.
Yeah.
So removing that and being like, no, it's your social duty. You know? Can't be doing that.
I suppose.
Prize truth, beauty, and love, seeking harmony with the infinite. Which is just really bonkers kind of word spaghetti, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's seemingly profound, but
it can be interpreted in a million different ways.
Yeah.
And be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. What does that even mean?
That's a good one. In terms of like, stop
polluting.
Yeah, or like I guess it means stop destroying the earth for our own needs and leave room for the needs of other animals and things on the earth.
Yeah.
Which to some extent I agree with, and other extents I don't. So.
Yeah. So, what do you think?
I can. The original 10 Commandments aren't that great either, to be fair.
No, and they change.
They change.
They've changed like 3 times now.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbour's wife or something?
Yeah.
So it's like
thou shalt not lie. I think is the very first commandment. I think
I thought that was thou shalt not kill.
That's it.
Should we get up the actual commandment?
Get up the actual commandments. Right. But what ones? So if we go 10 commandments, Christianity, right? Oh my God, I'm not a robot. So,
thou shalt not take the Lord your God in vain. Oh my God.
It worries me that these commandments are from the Strathmore University. It really worries me. It's agreed to be tracked.
All right.
I am the Lord your God. You shall not have strange gods before me. You shall not make to thyself any graven thing, nor the likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or in the earth beneath, nor of those that are in the waters under the earth. You shall not adore them, nor serve them. So effectively, only serve me.
Me. The first commandment is me.
Yeah.
What?
Exactly. Second, you shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain.
Jesus.
So you can't be saying shit about God. Remember to keep holy the Sabbath day.
So Sunday don't work.
Sunday,
I mean, I can get on board.
Sunday
with that
don't
one.
work, and go to church.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Honor your father and your mother.
I can dig it as long as your father and mother aren't cunts. Yeah.
Yeah. You shall not kill.
I can dig it.
You shall not commit adultery. So don't be cheating on your girlfriend.
I can dig that one too. Sure.
You shall not steal.
Yeah.
You know. So like.
I've taken a pencil or two.
The thing is, creativity in essence goes against you shall not steal, because creative people steal ideas from people.
True.
Constantly,
And it makes the world better.
Yes, it does. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbour.
So don't lie about what your neighbour's. I can dig that. That's fair. Yeah.
You shall not covet your neighbour's wife. So don't be looking out the window and you catch a glimpse of your neighbour's wife. She got her tits out upstairs in the bedroom. You got to be looking away. You got to be like, nah, fam, I ain't looking at that.
I really want to see your versions.
Thou shalt not covet, yo. You know. And you shall not covet your neighbour's goods either, which effectively is you shall not steal, but. He's really doubling down on.
I think he's more coveted in terms of like envy.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not.
He's doubling down on you shall not kill, isn't he? You shall not steal.
Yeah.
He's doubling down on it.
Yeah.
So in comparison, which are better? Which ones would you rather live by,
I
Zack?
prefer the Satan ones. To be fair.
So Zack's going Satan. So you're going Satan over God. Yeah.
Live
on the pod. Satan over God. Live on the pod. Yeah.
I'm going with Satan. What about you?
It's difficult because I can't be, killing 7.5 billion people.
Because to be fair, the first one's maintain, right? So, and the fact that it was in 1980 and it said maintain, not ensure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maintain suggests like, okay, we just need to make sure that it doesn't go past that point, or let's keep it at this point.
Or if it drops that point, don't bring it back up again.
Wait, what?
Like, say something catastrophic happens.
Yeah.
We have, bombs go off.
Yeah.
Most of humanity gets wiped out. Do you then go, right, don't go over 500 billion now?
Yeah.
Just stop it here.
But then, like, also, the idea of having that framework is also shit. So, like, what if a nuke got dropped and there's only 2 people left? Is that okay? You know what I mean?
Maintain it too.
Give me a level, you know what I mean? It's inconsistent.
Well, this guy, this God guy, apparently he started it too. Seemed to work out.
He started with 1 and then 2.
Yeah, and then he started at 1 and then he was like, I'm kind of a bit lonely, man.
I'm
you know what I mean?
bored as well.
Like, why did you even give me a dick? Like, you know what I mean? Right, so it's your turn now, Zachariah.
I kind of misunderstood the assignment. Just so you know. So it's
Okay.
a lot less interesting.
So next
but this is a PSA.
Next TRU FAX
Public service announcement
is
from me.
Zoki. So that's should I click it now or do you want to?
Yeah.
I don't know why they're all taking
Ages to load.
absolute age to load. Yeah. Coke Zero has caffeine, guys.
The past few months, I've been having like at least a Coke a day, right?
Right.
Or maybe even a couple of Cokes a day, and I always like it like 6 to like 10 or something, right?
Yeah.
So I've been like caffeinating myself late at night for months, and I had no idea. Because like 0 to me is like 0 sugar, 0 calories,
weirdly,
0 caffeine.
No, you see, weirdly, Ruth, my partner, girlfriend, Alien.
Alien. Yeah.
She has been highly caffeinating herself for years. Yeah, so now she can just sleep on it. She'll have like 3 energy drinks, and just go sleep like 10 o'clock. Gone. And the worst thing is if she doesn't drink them, she's then just completely drained now. So like she's created a baseline out of herself by just over caffeinating.
She just needs to get through a slog of like a couple of weeks without. And then she'll be like,
good luck with that, mate. Good luck with that, son.
No, yeah, it's interesting because since my birthday or after my birthday, I haven't had any sweets or chocolates or anything. And like I've discussed this with people I know, and they're like, "Oh, it's like cookies okay?" I'm like, "No, that's not okay." So like anything like really I would consider bad is not okay.
Yeah.
And the first like 4 days, I was like, I'm dying inside. It's just, I guess, the lack of sugar and stuff. But additionally, I haven't been tracking calories this whole week.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting to see Monday because I'm just not eating garbage. That's my thing for this week. I'm just seeing what happens.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know, I feel a lot better.
Yeah.
After from Wednesday, I'm like, oh, I don't feel like shit all the time.
I don't feel like shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm curious to see if I lose weight, because I would just absentmindedly be like, oh, I'm being good. I'll have like chicken and rice for dinner and not really much else. But then I'll have like 8 squares of chocolate or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see, because this week's a bit of an experiment, so we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
You definitely misunderstood the assignment, though, Zack.
It's a public service now.
I knew, because I always knew that the brown cans were non-caffeine.
Yeah, I know that, but I was like, oh, maybe that's just non-caffeine, but it's not. But it still has sugar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
can you get the diet brown cans, or are they just brown cans?
You can get diet brown cans.
Yeah, because that's probably what you bought, isn't it? Yeah, diet brown cans. So people, if you've been drinking Coke Zero thinking there's no caffeine in it, silly, foolish upon you.
Think again.
Foolish upon your family forever, for 100 years. You need the brown cans.
The brown cans.
Okay? Brown cans of Coke. Other companies do exist that provide similar drinks. You know, or just don't drink Coke, man. Drink some water, like I keep telling the Zack.
I drink water mostly.
Damn it.
I mostly drink, but you want a little...
Chat shit, mate.
Chat shit.
Chat shit. Right, so, thank you for your true facts, even though
I think
it's not what I asked for.
It was a useful true fact.
You bitch. So we move on to part 3. Now this, I don't know anything about this. Okay.
My emotions. Did you want to play my emotions?
Yeah, should I play the clip?
Yeah, you're
play the clip for the pod fam.
No, Uncle Lucius, I don't want to play in the laundry room. My emotions. My emotions.
I just love the weird clap at the end, just like clap. Yeah, so explain the pod, Zack.
The pod.
The pod.
Segment.
Explain the segment.
Basically where we discuss how we feel about whatever shit is in the list. So typically it'll be like in the week, like we'll text each other like probably every other day saying like, have you seen this fucking dog shit?
Yeah.
Or something like that. Usually probably going to be something we dislike a lot. But if it's something that's really cool, we did that with Spider-Man.
And you bought 2. You've bought 2 separate things.
2. I've forgotten both of them, so this is going to be fun.
So we'll get the first one up. Imager. What? Okay. Go away. Right. So, my parents at age 30, for the occasion of our first child being born, we've bought this house that's big enough for many family members, including potential future kids that will surely grow up to be happy and successful. Me at 3. Nice, now I own a digital salmon. That's sad. But very, very true.
Very true. Very, very, very
true.
And it's like...
I'm pretty sure my dad bought his first house for like 10 or 11,000 pounds.
That's insane,
yeah,
bro.
You know?
Was it like a what? Like a 2
And it was like a 3-bed house. 3-bed house in Patchway. My dad's probably watching, listening. He's probably going, you're chatting shit. It was here and it cost this much. But I thought it was about 11 grand in Patchway.
It definitely would have been a lot less now. And it also wouldn't have been... Because year over year, inflation's been going up, but wages haven't been.
No. Wages go up by like 1% or something.
Yeah, and like inflation's like 3 to 5%.
3 to 5%, yeah. So it just gets fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, it's not. For me, obviously, the price of the house is mental, but in turn, that also brings up the percentage in which you need a deposit. you know, and like you're a bit different because you just keep finding yourself rich people. But like most people don't have, I'd say the majority of people don't have just like a cool 20k just sat in the bank waiting for them at, you know, because apparently first time buyer age now is in mid-30s now.
I'm not surprised.
You know, like if I bought a house tomorrow, I'd still be a young house buyer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
like you'd be a very young house buyer.
And like the age of people living with their parents is just going up every single year.
Because of this.
Yeah,
you know,
of this.
Yeah, just it's mental. And what makes me laugh is what I say to you about buying a house is houses that were built when our parents were 30 were actually worth the money.
Yeah,
you know, because new builds are fucking crap. Sorry, anyone listening who's bought a new build. Like you go in there and like only the external walls are brick, so every internal wall is a stud wall.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I need to put a fucking TV on my wall. Good fucking luck.
Yeah, let's do some fucking plank work and shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Good luck. And just like you see, like there's this guy on YouTube that he's like a surveyor for new builds, and he just goes around showing all of the fucking cowboy fucking shit that goes on when people build new builds, like not attaching walls to other walls properly.
Yeah.
The best one is like in between brickwork, they've got to have like these drainage things.
Yeah.
So if you go up to a house, you'll find these little plastic orange like circles, little like vents for like water to stream out of the brickwork.
Yeah.
And like you'll go round with like pliers and just like pull them out, and they're not attached to anything. They've just
Right.
put them in to make it look like it has them. Like so, it's like honestly, if you can, some people can't because some people are doing these like help to buy schemes and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But if you're one of these lucky few that has 20k sat in their bank accounts, just buy a fucking old house. Buy an old house. One, it'll have taller ceilings like you're sat in my really old house now. The ceilings downstairs are even taller than the ones upstairs.
Yeah.
And every single wall is brick except for this one because this was put in after the house was built.
Yeah, internally. It's
yeah.
It's
and it also adds a bit of character because like it's not level either in there. Like some of the walls are kind of just like off like that.
Yeah.
Because it's old. It's an old house, you know.
Yeah, I guess there's charm to that. But also, like, you say it's like, oh, just buy a new build. Don't buy a new build, but new builds in England are still 1,000 times better than new builds in like America. Everything's made out of wood, and it's just like it can burn down in an instant.
Well, it's like what makes me just fucking baffles me. It's like a country that has frequent tornadoes and hurricanes continue to build their houses out of wood. You know, it's just fucking crazy.
And forest fires.
But it's like when you watch American TV and it's like a family of 5 in a house and their house is massive.
Yeah.
But it's massive because it's all made out of wood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They can afford it. Yeah.
You can afford to make a house that's fucking giant if it's made out of wood. You know, it's like...
Plus, real estate's not at premium.
And like you have a fire in a house, it's gone. Fucking house is gone. You know what I mean?
Home insurance premiums supposed to be fucking huge
Yeah.
in America. Jesus
Well,
Christ.
all premiums are probably fucking huge in
Yeah,
America.
that's
It's
true.
America. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's quite sad, Zach.
It's sad.
You're not 30 yet, so I don't know why you've brought this. This just seems like a personal attack on me, really.
Maybe it was.
So, what's your second one? Should we find out?
Yeah, let's do it. I don't
My
know.
emotions. Ghostbusters Ultimate Gift Set doesn't include Ghostbusters 2016, and that's a huge problem. Isn't 2016 the all-female remake that was absolute trash?
Yes. But then people are saying also...
Yeah.
Like... It can't be because of the quality, because like Ghostbusters 3 was fucking dog shit too.
Yeah, but it's nostalgic.
It's nostalgic.
Yeah.
True. And like, I've never seen Afterlife, so that could also be dog
I'm
shit.
assuming they've only done it because they've decided that Ghostbusters 2016 is no longer canon.
Yeah. I've never seen it.
Because if it's not canon, you
either.
don't add it into the shit, yeah.
But anyway...
Like it's in the MCU. They haven't just made every Ghostbusters a connected universe, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And like Kevin, I think it's Kevin Feige? The big
MCU
producer guy.
Yeah.
The guy that also basically made the film by funding it and like greenlighting it, was like tweeted at like Ghostbusters official and like the makers of the actual Ultimate Edition.
Yeah.
It was like, this must be a mistake, right? And it's just like, oh.
So
yeah.
I'm assuming that it said it's giving this fuck off headline here because it's all women and they've excluded the women from the DVD, right?
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that aren't the new Ghostbusters that just came out, like the kids, like 2 girls are like the main character in that anyway. They're just children.
To be fair, I don't know. But I think it's more... But I think, didn't the 2016 one also have like Bill Murray and shit in it?
I think it was like a small cameo.
But doesn't that mean it's canon?
Because didn't it have fucking Chris Hemsworth as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, but he was like their like receptionist or some fucking backward shit, which just never happened.
But
yeah, I honestly, I'm gonna be like you the other day when we were talking about statues. Couldn't give a fuck, mate. I could not give a sausage, because I think all of the Ghostbusters films since the originals should be burnt and left in a ditch somewhere. Just like if tomorrow I woke up and I saw they're remaking Godfather, I'd be like, why? It's a perfect movie. Don't fuck with it. You know?
I think I kind of agree, but only to like Ghostbusters 1 and 2. 2 was still dog shit, but it has nostalgia for me.
Fucking sacrilege, mate.
I don't even remember 3. I watched it probably twice. I don't remember a single second.
Ghostbusters, it's not like it was an amazing film. It's just, it's Ghostbusters. It is what it is. It's nostalgia. It's part of most.
The first
people,
one was great.
It's part of most people my generation and lower's childhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Like, just watching Ghostbusters is the first like horror film your parents would let you watch, because it's not really a horror film. It's just got ghosts in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, with this specifically, couldn't give a fuck. Mainly just because it's a shit film they're leaving out. Like, they're leaving out a crap film that if I was to buy this box set, I'd watch the first 3 and then not watch anything else.
True.
Yeah, not watch any anyway. It's like, yeah, we'll put it in. But it's funny. They're actually going to cause another problem. Because if they go, oh, we'll put in another disc. They go, oh, but the box set's going to cost another extra £6. And then people are going to be like, yeah, but I don't want to pay £6 for a film I don't want to watch.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean? It's a piece of shit. But no one wants to watch 2016 shitbusters.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's just a bottom line thing, isn't it? It's not like it's being...
I remember watching the trailer for it in 2016 before it came out.
Yeah.
And just sat there going, this is going to tank.
Yeah.
This is going to absolutely tank.
It did seem terrible, to be fair.
You know? I was just like, it's going to be... It was like Melissa McCarthy, I think, is in it.
Yeah, Kristen Wiig.
Yeah. And 2 others. Two other women, and make up the 4 Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is going to tank. And not because it's a woman, not because they've rebooted it as women, because that's what they've made the film about.
Yeah.
There's a way of doing things where you're like, oh man, like me and Ruth always say, right? We love this program. I hope if neither of you have watched it, I've told you to watch it before. Wynonna Earp,
Yeah.
right, is a story about, you know Wyatt Earp. Story of Wyatt Earp is a supernatural television show about his heir. She's called the heir, like 4 or 5 generations down, called Wynonna, a girl. And it's about she's a strong woman, funny as fuck, right? And it is quality. And not at any moment do you sit there going, oh, this is an attempt to empower women.
Yeah.
It just is a good series
Yeah.
about a good character who just happens to be female.
Yeah.
You know, just like
Which
any
in
other
itself
series.
should empower women.
Yeah,
rather
which
than
in
like,
itself is empowerment properly. Proper empowerment.
It's the same issue.
But then
as...
compare that and go and watch season 1 of Supergirl, where literally a scene cannot go by without someone going, but I'm a woman.
Yeah, and it's like Batwoman as well, and it's like she comes in after Batman basically made all of the gear, made the name, made the symbol, and was like, this suit, it's not perfect. And the other guy's like, it's been machined and refined over years. It's like, it'll be perfect when it fits a woman. I'm like, what? What?
And then she's like, I did this on my own. So,
Like,
what?
Imagine the
What?
reverse of a guy just slamming his fucking dick on the table and being like, nah, it has to fit these balls in it.
Yeah.
That'll be perfect. I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
this thong does not fit my testicles very well. Can we put a pair of boxer shorts on it? But yeah, I think the problem with that is when it's forced upon you so much in your face, people find it really uncomfortable. And not just like my missus, she can't watch that kind of shit. She's like, why do they keep mentioning that this person has a vagina and not a penis?
And it's not just that. It's also just like, with the Charlie's Angels one, I watched a full in-depth review of it. Every joke was just man bad.
Yeah.
That's literally all it was.
Man bad.
I can't speak to Ghostbusters. I assume
Yeah.
it's the same, but I don't know.
Yeah. But that's what I think this is. But I think it's probably the fact that they've gone, one, we've removed this movie from canon, if that's what they've done. I'm not saying they have. Or two, they've come to the assumption that every single other person that watched the movie did was, this movie fucking sucks. So no one wants to watch it.
At the end of the day, though, it goes to show that you can't really... Let's say they did it and they're doing it just because of a bottom line. They realize that people won't buy it if it has the shit one that they don't like in it, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's a good example of don't trust companies to be moral paragons of anything.
Yeah.
All they care about is money. They're going to put the LGBTQ flag on their Facebook page because that's currently what's in. If it wasn't viable for them to make money, or didn't give them clout as a company, they wouldn't do it. Bethesda did this, right?
Yeah.
All the Bethesdas had the LGBTQ flag changed to their
Yeah.
logo, right? But then Bethesda Israel, it might be Israel or something,
Didn't.
And it's like, there you go. Clear example of like, they don't care.
I'm
They just
pretty
want your money.
sure Blizzard did a similar thing with Blizzard in China.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they sort of...
Yeah, trying to do that all the time, don't they?
Yeah,
It's awful.
you
It's
know,
like,
so...
the Star
Yeah, you don't
Wars...
care that much, do you?
Yeah.
No, it's like, you don't. Stop pretending. It's all PR. It's fucking PR, mate.
And it's like, if like Star Wars got released in China, then was it John Boyega? I forget the name of it.
Yeah.
He's like suddenly an inch tall in like far background, where he was originally like big. It's like, bro, come on now.
Just some of the stuff, it's just, ridiculous. But I think in this case, I'd like to think that it's not just because they're going, woman bad.
Yeah.
It's because film fucking bad. Film fucking terrible. You know what I mean?
I mean, I hope so, but also like Ghostbusters 3 was dog shit, so.
So, part 4, Nostalgia Corner. This is another one of Zack's.
Yes.
What's this? Do you want to explain it, or should I click links? Because you put 2.
Basically, it'll be like discussing something that we both would have seen, or likely would have seen, and just saying what we...
Inner Space.
I've watched Inner Space recently. It's not that great a movie, but just watch the intro.
Okay. I already feel like this is copyright infringement.
Nah. Get DMCA for like 25-year-old film.
Steven Spielberg, it gotta be half decent, right? I've never watched Inner Space.
Really?
Never.
It's
Can't be nostalgia for me.
It's a very complicated film with a lot of plot holes. But yeah, just look at this, right? This is the beginning of a film.
Just makes me feel uncomfortable.
Really?
It kind of looks like the inside of a whiskey glass.
Interesting.
Is this what you asked me about Martin Short?
No, different reason.
Meg Ryan. Yes.
Classic.
It's really not. I really don't like this.
Really? Why
Yeah,
not? What's wrong with it?
I don't know. It's filling me with dread.
Why is it filling you with dread?
I don't know. It feels like this would be the music that was playing if I was walking down the aisle, to be executed.
It's just some synth, bro.
It's horrible. It's ice and a drink.
Yeah. But the nostalgia part of me is, right? They don't make intros anymore to films. Not really. I can't think of a new modern film that has an intro like that, or like a creative intro.
Well, they used to do them with Marvel films, didn't they? Like if you watch the original Spider-Man trilogy, it's all the webs at the start. It's like and the Spider-Man stuff, yeah.
Just like,
but in the MCU, I guess they've just they've given them all the same one, haven't they? The Marvel with the flickering stuff with all the scenes from all out through the Marvel. That's their intro.
yeah,
now.
but that's just like the set intro of every single film.
But
It's
no,
like,
you're right. They don't. I guess people will find it fucking annoying. You know?
But it's a chance to make some creative cinematography. Like at the time, I imagine.
And setting the tone,
Yeah.
you know? Like that one set the tone in me that I'm about to die. Or something bad's happening. I don't know what the viewers / listeners will think.
I guess that kind of fits the narrative of the story, so I guess it hit the mark, I suppose. But yeah, you don't really see intros. Like, other than like a James Bond film, but I fucking hate James Bond films. So.
You hate James Bond films, bro, man.
I hate new James Bond films.
Bro! James Bond's fucking quality is a fucking British fucking tradition, bro.
Couldn't give a shit, mate.
Can't fuck with James Bond. Don't fuck with James Bond. That didn't, unfortunately, it didn't provide me with any nostalgia.
Fair enough, because you haven't seen this.
I haven't seen Inner Space.
The second one is just like, this is the
I
only
miss
example.
OC.
Opening credits.
Right. Is this the opening credits to Uncut Gems?
Yeah.
It's Adam Sandler, right?
Yeah, it is. But it's a series. Oh my
This
god.
is the movie you keep telling me to watch and I still haven't
It's
watched
so fucking good. It's insanely good. But yeah. So this is the only thing I can think of in recent memory that has a similar or the same kind of intro.
it. And this isn't even recent, is it? Uncut Gems?
It's 2019.
Oh, is it? Fuck, you know.
Yeah. Or 2020 even. But yeah, it's like you don't see this pretty much ever anymore, really, do you? Am I just going insane?
Well, I guess it depends on how many films you watch, doesn't it?
I suppose, yeah.
You know, how many modern films have you watched that aren't MCU?
I guess not.
Like MCU's just taken over the cinema space.
Yeah, but like even I've seen some recent, like Uncut Gems, for example. You know what I mean? And it's usually like basic, hey, intro establishing shot of where you are, and then basically just move on with the story from there. There's nothing creative ever.
Most of the time, now, they are almost always them already talking.
Yeah.
Like it'll just start and you'll hear a conversation. It will just go into like a coffee shop and they're just sat there talking for the start of the film.
Or there's some narration to the actual audience, voiceover to the
But weirdly, I was thinking about this, but not in this sense. Do you know trailers are vastly different now? There's no narration in trailers. Remember, like when
I'm very thankful.
Like when Ryan Reynolds made fun of it. There's no longer in a world where all hope is lost. That kind of stuff. You just don't get that anymore. You know, a trailer is just literally a selection of very carefully cut scenes from the film.
Even edited scenes.
Completely edited scenes.
Yeah.
Like Marvel love doing that. Scenes like go watch the trailer for No Way Home. There's loads of scenes where we know the other Spider-Men are in there, but they've just wiped them out.
Spoiler alert.
Hey, we spoke about that in the last episode. And if you started on episode 2 without listening to episode 1, shame on you.
That's true.
But yeah, so it's just a change in cinema, isn't it? Really?
I'm very glad for that change, though.
Yeah.
I fucking hated it's just this young man finds a way to eat cheese. It's just really unnecessary.
This man is a doctor, but is he? In the middle of the night, he becomes Creeper Man.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, I don't want to know, but I guess I'm really different with this one because I hate trailers as well.
Yeah, you got fucking issues there, mate.
There should be like a minimalist trailer of just like, here is what it is about vaguely.
How you making hype?
In the first,
It's about hype.
If it's good enough, I will hear
conjuring
about it.
hype.
If it's good enough, I'll hear about it.
You're a silly sausage, mate. It's like the second favourite bit about going to watch a movie.
No.
Is watching the trailers.
No, it's not.
I love it. I love it because I'm like, mate, fucking, and it comes up and you watch some fucking biblical on the screen like, mate, that looks fucking sick. And then it's like, coming January 28th and I just turn the roof and I'm like, we're fucking going. Like, I love that shit. Love that shit.
I guess there's exceptions, but like, for the most part, trailers will just ruin a film for you.
No.
Yeah, for me anyway.
No.
Yes.
No, they don't.
Bro.
They are selected in a way that they ruin nothing.
For example, right, Kingsman. second Kingsman film had a trailer.
Yeah.
It ruined the fact that Colin Firth is back as a person. They had a fucking Colin Firth.
Yeah, but that's just that in
cardboard
isolation.
What do you mean?
That's just that trailer in isolation. Most people don't do that. Like the No Way Home didn't tell you about the
Star
other
Wars
two
did the
Spider
same thing
Spider
with
people.
Darth Maul getting cut in half. They added that in the trailer. Which is fucking stupid. What the fuck are you doing? I don't trust
They were
people with
obviously
trailers.
gonna beat him.
Yeah, but how? Or, is it obvious? Fucking Obi-Wan died,
Obi-Wan didn't die.
didn't he?
No,
Who died? Qui-Gon Jinn died.
Qui-Gon Jinn
No,
died.
Qui-Gon Jinn. That's what I mean. Yeah. That's fine.
not in that film anyway.
No, but
Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, I don't trust trailers, and I hate them.
You're wrong. That's all I'm saying. Let us know.
who
Yeah,
you
let us
agree.
know in the comments below. If do you or do you not like trailers, or do you purposely not watch them?
I purposely.
You know, the only trailers I don't watch, like for instance, I didn't watch the Doctor Strange trailer
Multiverse of
on
Madness?
purpose until I watched No Way Home, because I knew it would contain things, but only contain things that you're already meant to know about in a trailer. That's all it's meant to do.
Foolish.
You were dumb. You know what I mean?
Incorrect.
Dumb.
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 Incorrect.
All right. But that was Nostalgia Corner, guys. Let us know what you thought. And then things that made us laugh
Yeah.
is the last thing.
This was very. I literally did this seconds before we started the podcast.
We did. Zach wanted to add something. Let's have a look what this is. Is it another video?
This is gold.
Oh my god. The Willem Dafoe drip check. This is going to be good. I can feel it in my loins. Right.
Frame, blue jeans. These are shoes that I picked up in Mexico. Ooh, this is maybe Prada. This is some sport thing.
Some sport thing.
This is Insulate. I don't know.
It's Thinsulate. What the fuck? What was that about?
It's just a small, quick thing. I like the fact that
I hope now you guys listening, watching, know what kind of YouTube Zach has.
I don't know if it. I just like a little bit like that. Just like seeing like Willem Dafoe out in the wild. Just
Out in the wild.
Just having fun with it, you know?
Yeah.
He doesn't seem offended by the fact someone's asking for a fucking drip check or whatever the fuck that means. And he's just like, yeah.
He's like, what are you
sure.
talking about? How old is Willem Dafoe now? Late
He's gotta be-
60s?
No. Older than that, I think.
You reckon he's 70s?
I think so.
You reckon Willem's 70s? That would make me very sad if that's true. Because Willem, we need Willem.
Oh no, I'm wrong. 66.
Yes, sir. Late 60s.
Yeah.
I was right.
Mate, he seems like a chill man, which I like.
Yeah, he's great actor as well.
Yeah. The opposite
you-
of all his characters, basically.
Did you watch it? Did
So I watched what?
Shapiro's review.
No, I watched bits of it, but then I got distracted.
So guys, if you don't know, the absolute maniac known as Ben Shapiro, who is known for doing very risque or just politically, I don't know, it's like political bait really, isn't it?
Yeah,
Kind of videos.
Basically shit posting, essentially. Yeah.
Just on YouTube yesterday, and said Ben Shapiro reviews No Way Home, and I was like, what the fuck? I would not put those two together,
No, yeah.
but weirdly, was a great review. Was a really good review.
It's very weird.
Did you watch it?
I watched some of it, not all of it.
But it was really. I said to Zack, it's strange for me because I felt weird because there was an actual Ben Shapiro video on the internet that I could agree with.
Yeah.
So that it was. If you haven't seen it, go on YouTube and search Ben Shapiro No Way Home review, and it's actually a really good review. And I pretty much agreed with him on nearly every part, except he said at the end that in terms of Spider-Man films,
Yeah.
he thinks No Way Home's the second best Spider-Man movie ever made. He thinks that Into the Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie ever made.
I can dig that, to be fair.
Yeah. So he
Yeah.
thinks it goes that, No Way Home, Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire. So in third, fourth place, both Tobey Maguire movies.
Solid ratings, to be fair.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I agree. Because the only problem he had with it, which is, spoilers. The only problem he had with No Way Home was that it was the same as the slight issue I have, but was with why it happened in the first place.
Oh, as in
You
like...
know, like the spell is stupid.
Yeah.
You know, just like completely stupid. Like you sent me the meme of like, why don't you just go in there and just go make everyone forget about Mysterio?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it solves
Which
all
the
problems.
Mysterio bit, like, exactly.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
And the idea that Doctor Strange, this hyper-intelligent, eidetic memory doctor, magician, sorcerer, who's been through all shit and read all these books and understands that the warnings come after, which is fucking stupid, doesn't warn Peter, like, look, hey, before I cast this, just make sure you really want to know, because I can't change big cast. That's it.
I can't change my opinion, mate. I can't change the spell. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the problem he had with it, and that's when he compared it unfavorably to Into the Spider-Verse, where it makes more sense that the villain caused the split in the universes Into the Spider-Verse, because Kingpin does it because he wants to see his kid and his wife again, who he's lost in their universe. Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Because he's mad. And he just wants his fucking family back. It's basically Kingpin is fucking Dr. Bishop in Fringe.
Yes.
In this, you know, he's broke the universes so he can get his kid back who's died.
Yeah.
You know, that makes more sense in Spider Universe.
Yeah. And also, like...
He was like... But Shapiro was like, if they would have brought that, so a villain caused this split, this, like, shattering of the universes, it would have made this film... Perfect.
Yeah, I agree. And like,
you know?
it's he could have had someone that came in, like, for example, Venom transported to the universe, right?
Yeah.
You could have in theory made that a power of Venom's to go to different realities.
Yeah.
And then when he cast the spell, it's just like, something's wrong here. There's a disturbance in the something like that. Yeah.
So, did we do What Makes Us Laugh?
Yeah, we just did a drip check.
Drip check, that was it.
Yeah.
Right. So, that brings us to the end of the pod.
Indeed.
We did. About an hour and 20 minutes. Every single time it's an hour and 20 minutes, mate. We were getting good at this shit.
Yes, sir.
Good at this shit. How'd you think it went?
I think it went really well. It's good.
Yeah. They get better every week. Just
Yeah.
gotta sort shit out.
They
Like,
ramp
you
up.
should see like the desk in front of me. It's just like covered in just boxes, holding various different webcams up.
Yeah.
Zack's microphone is attached to an open drawer.
Yep.
I'm the only one with kind of a proper
Yeah.
microphone setup, really.
It's a bit scuffed, but
What the fuck?
What?
How is it a bit scuffed?
As in the
Oh,
setup.
I thought you were talking about my microphone stand. I was about to say, you fucking bitch, I'll fuck you up. But anyway, thank you very much for listening / watching.
Stay tuned for next week.
Stay tuned for next week. If you're on a weight loss journey like us, good fucking luck.
Good luck, man.
With Way Days. If you're not on a weight loss journey, you're just on a fitness journey, good fucking luck too.
Yeah. Achieve your goals.
Get them gains in the gym, people.
Yes, sir.
And we will see you next week. Bye-bye now.
Bye.